So, we received this comment the other day that says DID only affects 1% of the entire world. You don't have DID. We want to talk about it. So if you look at the total global population, we're at about 8.1 billion people. And down here it says, when did we reach 8 billion? And it says in November of 2022 we reached 8 billion people. So we'll just round it to 8 billion, right? If you take 1% of 8 billion people, you get 80 million people. 80 million. That's a lot of people. And keep in mind, 80 million people counts for the people that are diagnosed, right? That have diagnoses that are counted towards this statistic. That's not including undiagnosed systems, newly diagnosed systems, people who went their entire lives not knowing whether or not they had DID. So it's not uncommon for that number to be higher than it is. 80 million is still a lot, but there's more systems out there. Now, if we want to talk about other rare statistics, there's only 2% of redheads in the world. We don't call that rare. It's not as common, but you don't really see the word rare used for people with red hair. Another statistic, I had bladder cancer at the age of 22. Only 3% of the global population has bladder cancer, and the most common age of diagnosis is around between 50 to 70 years old for cis men. I'm not a cis man, and I'm clearly not 50 to 70 years old. I'm part of that 3% worldwide. Another statistic, if you want to talk about mental health issues, borderline personality disorder. People don't call that rare, they don't call that uncommon, it doesn't come up as often, but it is 1.6% of the population. That's rare, so does that mean nobody has borderline personality disorder? No. So yes, while you say it's 1% of the world, that is still 80 million people worldwide. That's not including people who are going to get diagnosed this year and people who died not knowing that they were a system or had DID. I do want to mention as well, a lot of people like to argue that there's so many systems on TikTok, but keep in mind, TikTok is a community. Your For You page is calculated based off of the things you're interested in, your likes and dislikes, things like that. So if you can find a sense of community to learn more about yourself, your conditions, your health, your likes, your dislikes, you're going to see more of it. And so if people are finding a sense of community with the DID community because they have DID, or they suspect they have DID, or they know somebody who has DID, you're going to see more people and more systems and more accounts of those with DID. And again, unfriendly reminder, I am 100% for self-diagnosis. It's valid because getting a diagnosis is very difficult. It's an access issue, whether money-wise or disability-wise, it's hard to get access to a diagnosis. Another unfriendly reminder, fake claiming does nothing. Say somebody is faking DID.